Let's start with some breaking news that's coming in right now on the broadcast in connection with the Bengaluru blast case, which has been handed over to the crime branch. In fact, ACP Naveen Kulkarni will be leading the team now. This is, of course, the investigation in connection to the blast that occurred on Friday, injuring 9 people. And there have been several details that have emerged ever since then. Even the accused has been spotted on camera. And now the case has been handed over to the crime branch, and ACP Naveen Kulkarni will be leading this particular team. Neha joins us live on the broadcast to help us understand more on this. Neha, this is of course an incident that had shocked the entire city and in fact the nation as well. Help us understand what's happening, what are the latest details that we are tracking, and also the case has been handed over to the crime branch.
Well, that's right. In fact, Ashish, what we're now picking up is that the crime branch would be looking into this entire case headed by ACP Naveen Kulkarni. There under, of course, his able, under his, able leadership there, the entire team, of course, would be probing this. Remember that we've been seeing several teams since yesterday, who have, of course, been jointly probing this entire case, whether it's been teams of the NIA, the NSG that was on ground, in fact, collecting those explosive materials, the crime branch, the local city police, the NIA, of course, several agencies that are sitting together and, working this case out. What remains to be seen right now, though, is what was the motive behind this. And that's something that the police would only be able to ascertain, of course, once they apprehend the accused over here in concern. Remember that the government, of course, has said that the accused is likely to be apprehended very shortly in a couple of hours, is what the Deputy Chief Minister had said yesterday. Later today, of course, we heard from the Chief Minister as well saying that, in the next 2 days, this entire case would be cracked. Well, we'll really have to wait and see what pans out of this investigation and how this is going to progress forward.
Right. Also, Reha, you were talking about the investigation there and what the Deputy CM and the Home Minister are saying, but also the opposition seems to be mounting pressure on the Siddaramaiah government, calling this a failure of the government, and also several political attacks are also coming in from across the nation. Help us understand politically how is this playing out in Karnataka?
Well, Ashish, first of all, of course, we had vowed not to, sort of politicize this entire issue even last evening, But unfortunate as it is, the politicians, of course, seem to believe otherwise. We're seeing that, whether it's the BJP or the Congress party in the state of Karnataka, even as the Chief Minister has urged the opposition right now not to politicize this issue, he himself, of course, has gone on to raise questions about whether there were no blasts during the time of the BJP and whether, in fact, of course, there's a lot of agency blaming that's been happening here. The Chief Minister even today went on to, question whether this was a failure of RAW, NIA and the other central agencies, even as the BJP kept mounting an attack on the state government about the failure of their intelligence to be able to track such, cases of terror. Remember that now, of course, the investigation has turned further towards the possible terror modules that are being looked at in this case. In the past as well, we've seen in the recent past also that the Karnataka police, of course, and the NIA as well, have tracked quite a couple of quite a few cases there, of terror modules. All of this is being probed. All of this is being looked into. But unfortunate as it is, even, of course, as we've been saying out loud, that this isn't the time to play politics, as the Deputy Chief Minister too has gone on to stress on the fact that, the opposition, of course, may choose to politicize this. Unfortunate as it is, neither party here letting go of the politics behind this, just going on to aggravate the situation.
Right, Neha, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast there with all those details. Of course, the politics playing out over this issue, unfortunately, but our focus continues to be on the investigation, and we'll be getting our viewers all the latest that we're tracking in connection to this particular issue. On that note, viewers, it's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Mirror Now.